Hello everyone. Not quite at 5 minutes as I usually am, but still all good, right? All good. I'm back on a Wednesday. What happened here? Let's do something a little bit different, right? So we've been doing the migration for forever, I think. Let's switch gears a bit because I need to write a feature. It's a small one, nothing major. The problem right now is that all products in the system are going out into a price file that's sent to Google, for example, and some other services. We need to be able to remove some of them from that feed because having products that sell for, 50 cents and having a feed where a click costs 90 cents is not a good idea. So we're going to change it so you're able to, remove some products from the feed. That means working with migrations, working with a repo, maybe. Yeah, probably a repo. And working with facade and exporting that into the correct formats because we're going to remove it from all services at once, which means, all of a sudden it helps that we're building this in a better way than before. The thing is, the code was in the middle of nowhere. Some code was live, some was not. It was a little bit messy. So I did go ahead before now. I created a branch from what's currently live. So we're no longer in the same branch as we were before. The entire project is backed up a little bit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to merge it into our current migration project or our current migration branch afterwards. I will do that after I put everything live, and I'm not going to put anything live during the stream. I'm going to do that afterwards. When we're done with that, because I don't think that will take the whole time, like 2 hours, which is kind of what I want to stream, I'm going to look at some Azure functions because I'm building something or actually upgrading something for the live coders stream team that I'm part of. Right now, it's kind of working somewhere else, but I'm going to modify it so we can run it as a team and not just as a single user. It's a Twitch integration that tracks users and if they're online and stuff like that. So let's jump into the code, figure out our migrations, figure out our Fluent, what's called Fluent configuration, run the migrations, add everything to the repo, and go ahead from there. All right, let's go. So blank. Let's start out with making sure that this builds, right? We are building. I think I tested this before, but I just want to double check, that there aren't any problems. It's loading. It's taking a while, but it always does that when the code starts. You can see all the DLLs down here that it had to load. Not sure if you can see it, but wrong button again. Here we go. You can see all of these. It's a bunch of DLLs. That's also something that we're gonna get better with once we move over. All right, so the site starts. That's perfect. Let's head into data. Here we go. And we're gonna go into types and product. In here, we want to add a new field, and let's see if we can figure out a good place to put it. Maybe next to hidden. That might be a good idea. Public bool include in Pricefile. Getting set. All right, so that's how difficult that part is. Now I just got to add it to the Fluent, and I need to run the migration. Model builder product here. We're going to go down to here. Let's put it next to hidden, right? Entity, product, property, dot include in Pricefile. Perfect. Help me out because I want to include everything by default, right? Now I need to remember how the heck to do a what's a face? How the heck to do a migration? Because I can never remind that. It's a .NET EF command of some kind, but also where I'm going to do it from. I'm going to do it I'm going to actually commit here. Adding, first of all, modify the web config. Moving web config over to local DB and updating model and fluent model migration to support, include in Pricefile. There, let's commit that so we have that in our history. I'm gonna figure out where this is and open the correct folder. And I think the folder I need to be in is EF core. Let's open that. CD, like so. All right, .NET build. Let's just do that first, right? Just make sure it builds, and it does in fact not build. DB set yada yada. What? Does this build? Really should. While that checks out, .NET EF migrations. It's not difficult. I just never can remember how to do it. All right, so .NET EF migrations add and then the name of it. Let's try that from here, shall we? .NET migrations EF migrations add include in Pricefile. Will this work? Build started. That didn't build. What if I build the whole thing though? .NET build store.solution. Why does that not work? .NET NuGet restore. No? All right, so it builds from within Studio, but it does not build from in here, and that's because of the EF core. Type namespace DB model builder. I mean, that's in here, right? Close enough. It's in the store.context. Let's take a look at store.context. And I mean, this looks fine, right? It's DB context, yada yada, on model creating, DB model builder. Everything here seems to be existing and working. So what is the problem? .NET build. cstore.solution. .NET. Is it clean? cstore.sln. Build failed. Can I do it from inside of here? Show output from debug build order package manager, tools, package manager console. Let's try this. .NET EF migrations add in product.include in Pricefile. Hey Hugh, how are ya? I hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm in a wrong folder. Let's go into CStore. CD data. store data.ef core. Let's try it from here. Build failed. Why? What if I clean it? And then we're going to rebuild it from inside of the package manager console. You're not doing well. Why not? I'm hanging in there. I'm trying. I'm having a bit of trouble with this though. Why? So clean works. See sort default exceptions interface services. I can't read default assembly info. No, I don't think there is any assembly info on those. It shouldn't be. We have one in data EF, but I mean, that's being deprecated. I think all of them are in the old project types. So of course I can't find those. I mean, when I do a rebuild here, everything builds, right? Yep. You can see here, everything builds, proper, all good. Get into here, do .NET EF migrations, starting a build, build failed. .NET build. Why? Com visible to true. I don't think that will help, Snobel, but hello. How are you? Let's do the good old Googling. System data entity. Yeah, but I don't want that, right? If I go into the references on this, let me close go to all, dependencies, packages, EF core, assemblies, core. We have data, but I think that's fine, right? And this is a net standard project. Net SDK, sure, it's targeting net 4.8. Yeah, because I can't do net standard and run EF. That was a problem I had. Hey, JD. Well, now you are, and thank you very much for following me. It's much appreciated. And now you can always, get a notification when I go live. So we have these two. Why though? Why? So it builds when I'm doing it manually. Do I need to do it from the other project? What if I go into, let's try the website. .NET build web.solution? No. CD web. No, that's the wrong one. That's way wrong. CD, C store. CD, here we go. Couplet. Let's try a .NET build in here, shall we? Does .NET build only work with... Oh, I think I have an idea. .NET build might only work with core. So in that case, I should only do EF, right? NuGet EF. .NET Run Migration Framework. Apply migrations. See, it's the same thing. No, Net Core CLI. I don't want Net Core. I want... I'm not using EF. I am using Core on the entity framework, but I am not using .NET Core SLI or CLI. I'm not using .NET Core. I'm still on framework. And I know I can do this because I already have. Is it just migrations? It might be. I mean, it's doing something. There we go. It did a thing. All right, so where am I? Migrations, add products dot include in Pricefile. Is migration something entirely different here? No, data entity. File not found, studio shell. If I do it in here, migrations. Nope. All right, let's try it from a different folder. One more step back. Migrations. No. All right, let's ask this from the internet. Migrations, bang. Let's just remove all of these. Let's try that. Here is the error that I'm getting. Like it's exactly the one. Yeah, but here they're upgrading entity framework, and I don't want entity framework. I want core. And .NET does not exist. Yeah, it does. What can we do here? MS build, publish, restore, run. About .NET EF. There we go. -H. Migrations. -H. Add. Ooh, an executable. I did not know that existed. We could create a bundle. That is very interesting. Let's try listing. Still can't build it. I have done this before. Let's see, what file am I in? I'm in app config, so that tells me nothing at all. I do believe that I need to be in the other project here. As I said, I have migrations. So I know it can do things. Can create the migrations. The only thing this one does it creates what's it called? It creates the EF tables. And then we start doing actual migrations here. And I did those in January. That was the last time I did a migration. Maybe I should document things. EF core framework. That's where I just was. How about here? Oh, that is the same thing. Heading role SQL. Remove a migration. I should be able to create the migration from the project where the EF stuff is. Yeah, I know, I'm horrible. I scare you. But you know when you can't remember what the heck you did, maybe it would have been a good idea way back when. .NET EF. Hey, you're a awesome human being when it comes to, well, overall, but when it comes to PowerShell, how can I use the autocomplete that it suggests? Let me just try this one more time. Nope. .NET build. .NET 4.8 EF. See, .NET build. Error. You can't. See? Here we go. EF core framework. Create migration. Hold on, this is going to sound horrible. Okay, so I should just do add migration. Okay, let's try that then. Make sure I'm actually in the wrong folder here. So let's go. That one. Add migration. Product dot include in Pricefile. There we go. I think. Except it didn't. Start a project. Okay, so I can't do that on just this file then. It's kind of weird. Hey Dragon, welcome. Thanks for coming by. A document when I feel like I'm becoming a dory. What's a dory? Hey and good evening. I hope you're having a great evening. Well, I'm having an okay evening at least. This is kind of messing me up a bit. Shouldn't I be able to create migrations from out here? See, let's look at the add migration command. Code first migration. Here we go, something. This had something. Add migration. Do I really need to reference that? Add migration specific project. Add migration context. Let's see here. This was not obvious at first. Issue, outstanding errors. I don't have that. Add migration context. Okay, I need Microsoft Entity Framework Core tools. I should have that already, but let's double check it. I do have tools here. Let's try setting the name of the migration of the context. EF core context. Up. Let's see, I can set it before. No, after. Sorry. Context. EF core context. Output dir would be in migrations. Let's try that. Okay, should I just reference the Entity Framework Core design? Question is, can I do it from this here? Oh, all right. Yeah, now I know what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly which fish you mean. I think it was Ellen DeGeneres. Right? Who made the voice? EF core design. Okay, so I need an old one. 229, 221, I think. Which version am I on? I'm on 226. All right. We are upping a little bit. 226. There we go. Install that to EF core. Yeah, that sound bit there, Snobble, is wonderful. All right, let's see if this works now. It probably won't, but let's try it anyway. And migration. Do I really need to reference that from my main project? Because that is dumb. And this is deprecated, but I am using an old version of EF core as well. All right, let's try this. It feels dumb, but I've done dumber. I want to open this as a text file, I think. Open with Notepad. Yeah, probably not though. This is the old format, which is not fun to read because it has all of the includes. Content, compile, content, references. If I search for a reference that we're actually using, say bcrypt. There we go. So that is a shitty format. All right, let's ignore everything I just did. Manage NuGet packages. remove this, remove that. EF Core design. Oh, I'm under installed. There. And 226, right? But how could I have done this before? I mean, I shouldn't have been able to do this before. Attempting to gather dependency information. Oh man, that is a bit. Do I really want all of this? No, I don't. I need to be able to figure this out. No, I don't want to install everything in the whole world. I already have too many dependencies here. Yeah, I don't want to do left bad. Sorry, Snobble. Your start a project. What if I don't use that as a starter project? I don't think I can do this, but let's try it. I set the could not load couplet. Sure is referenced. Okay. Hey, Orenon.
Underscore live 37 is now following.
Orenon. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Do I frontend? Can I ask you something long and boring with tears in my eyes and a monkey on my back? Well, ask away. Ask away, and I'll try to answer it. But I mean, I can't even do this, so I'm not sure how much I can help you, but I will try. Can promise you that much. I don't know. Could not load assembly. No. Okay, so I need to set that as the starter project. So I guess that's fine. Could create like a startup thing that only references what's needed to be able to run the migration. But again, that feels wrong in so many ways. We can try it, see if it works. New project. Let's make it a console project, right? Console app. But it needs to be a old school one. Console. Back. Search. Here we go. Console app net framework. There. Let's try adding this and see how badly everything works. I don't think this is going to help. We can try. C-store. Data. C-store data EF core migration runner. Oh. New folder there. Actually, no, wait. I'm doing this wrong. Grab that. We're just going to put the project in here. We're going to call it that. There we go. We're going to remove the A there. Awesome. Okay, so now we have nothing. Let's add some references to this. Add reference to data and EF core. Bang, that's it. I want to build this. This is going to fail horribly, and then we'll deal with that. Build. Never mind, it worked fine. So we're going to set that as a starter project, and then we're going to try this again. There's no reference. All right. So now we're going to deal with this. So let's see, manage NuGet packages. Browse Microsoft dot entity framework core dot design. And I can't spell, obviously. Microsoft and framework core. All right, let's see here. I developed a website as a joke. It's a browser game with a very complicated back and kind of simple front end. I don't know much about web development, but I'm a programmer for billions of years. I managed to make it work. Everything is easy to understand except one point. In the front end, I understand what does, but zero ability to make things like I want them to look. I asked ChatGPT to make the entire front end for me. Is there any tool there now to make it easy to develop? I mean, I guess that means you don't know HTML and CSS very well, right? So what kind of things do you want to do? I mean, are we talking like graphics or text boxes and stuff like that? Or because if it's only text boxes, you can always use something like Bootstrap. It's very easy to get started on that. I don't want the things to for a joke there, dude. Don't want anything to look good, just functional. Yeah, you can try that. Right, let's install all of the references here. For example, now I'm stuck at making a square with many squares inside. All right, so yeah, you probably want some kind of engine for that. There are tons of JavaScript game engines, so you can look for one of those. It's probably the best way to do it. Come on, please work. What? Could not load assembly? Yeah, but it shouldn't be required, right? Shouldn't be needed. Because there are no references from EF Core to that one, or from data to that one either. I mean, data is entirely self-sufficient. Yeah, then you want to do it in JavaScript, and that is not trivial. Maybe do it in HTML and then style it. So you can create a div and then can have divs inside of that. A div is basically a box. And can create a div with like a border and then you can add more divs, which are boxes, to that. That is one way of doing it. Okay, let's try doing a DOM then. Shall we add a reference to that one? This is going to be painful. Let's try it again. Ooh, preview what you're doing. Well, yeah, I think you can. What you need to do is, well, you can just build it as an HTML page, and you can do F5 and just update the page in your browser. So just write HTML, press F5, it'll update. If you're running .NET, you can do something called .NET Watch, which will look at the file, and as soon as you save it, it will reload the browser as well. But that's if you're running inside of a full ASP.NET project. All right, so that seems to have semi-worked. Let's try removing everything. See what it does. No, it was not found in assembly. Yeah, because I don't want it to be in that. I mean, where am I? I'm not in that folder. Oh, hold on. Maybe if I actually go into here and then I go into data. Let's try that. Now we're just going to run this from here. Will it work? Did I do a ton of work entirely? No. So where does that go into couplet? Let's go into the migration runner. I just want to check if it has the same error here, but with a different project. No, it's still trying with couplet, which it shouldn't. Add migration, target a specific solution. Here, project, start a project. Okay, no. Can I do project? And let's go into the cstore data.ef core again. Add migration. Let's jump up to get that. Project cstore data ef core. Let's try this. Unable to create an object of type ef core context. Yeah, you're not supposed to create it. You're supposed to update it. Context, ef core context. Different pattern supported at design time. Yeah, don't kidnap anyone and force them to do anything. Yeah, I am terribly sorry, but that is being removed. Let's do that. So you have a timeout. It's a short one, but you don't get to talk about that stuff. I'm sorry. Hey, Clay, how are you? Happy to see you here. It's going so-so because it's kind of messing with me here. For different patterns available, support at design time. I mean, this should be one of those dead simple things, and it just isn't. Yeah, but I have one, right? The actual heck. Add migration, that name, this project, that name. Unable to create an object of type. Yeah, because there already is one. And if I do that, no, I couldn't find a context, which isn't weird at all. All right, so this is entirely unnecessary. So to start a project, just gonna make sure I'm getting the same error here. I mean, it's finding. Okay, now we're back to the old problem. This isn't annoying at all. What do I have in my own migration runner? Do not have anything about that. This is what I used before. I had a custom application to run my migrations, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to write one of these myself. You have core context. And that is like literally what this says. What more kind of things do we have on this? Let's try a -h on this. Add migration. All right. Right, let's see if this does anything. Product.include in Pricefile. Okay, for some reason this is really slow. Dot include in price file. I don't think this will work any better. You can always try it. Nope, same thing. Add migration help. Get help, add migration. Here we go. Name, output directory, foster migrations, context, project, start a project. And let's change that. Let's add start a project to this as well. Start up project, one word. C store data EF core. Nope. Again, I have done this. Okay, let's ask the internet then. Bang. Minus verbose, all right. What's this going to do? Using build succeeded. Okay, so we get some kind of exception here. Operation exception, missing method, no parameterless constructor defined for this object. Don't I have that? Apparently I don't. Okay, that was dumb. Let's do nothing. Also, I didn't think you needed one. I thought this one was the only thing you needed. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Let's run it with verbose. See, it's been a little while ago. Objects not set to an instance of an object. Okay. On configuring, do I need to call base? Probably do, yeah. That does nothing though. What is the null reference though? Yeah, I could try null. Like so. Value cannot be null. How about a new DB context options EF core context? Will this work? I don't know. Should be some kind of default, right? Same error. Here we go. Here's something. EF migrations, add literal on configuring in my case. Your entity configurations have has comment in it. Okay. Entire solution has comment. And the options are null, again not passed. Yeah, but I need to have a parameterless constructor here. Otherwise it won't work. It'll say that it can't create an instance of it. So there is no instance of has comment. VF core 2.2.6. Is this a problem? Okay, so it needs an application DB. But how could I have run this before? I am so confused right now. Add migration works, that's wrong. Using context, finding design time service provider. No. Okay. Use core. Yeah, but this has been implemented by now. I am so very confused. First of all, I'm going to remove this again because I'm in the same place with that, right? Let's run this, make sure I've got the same error as before. Does the protected need to be public? Oh, maybe. We can try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? And if this... Okay, so we have the same error, but let's remove this one. No, it needs a parameterless constructor. So we have to add that again. And with this, just triple checking here. On configuring. Wait, on configuring, where is that? It's down here. Oh, it's mine. There, I think. And that's gonna throw here. So I'm gonna remove that entirely. See, it was my error. Because I did a smarts, only it wasn't smarts. Here we go, maybe? Nope, no reference on configuring. Get internal service provider. Oh yeah, because I'm trying to use this config here. So what if I null this? There we go. So now I might say use SQL Server with null. Value cannot be null, connection string. All right, let's add the local string then. So I'm going to switch you over to here just in case I already have this file open, and I did. See, let's grab this whole connection string to my local database. Gonna close the web config again. I am 100% sure there's a better way of doing this. Local connection string for config. Var con string. Do an at on that. And then we'll do, and yeah, I'm full screen. Sorry, so sorry. Yeah, no docs works great, but I wasn't sure if I had the file open already, so I wanted to make sure, you know. All right, so what I've done now is I added that, and then I added my default local development connection string here, and I'm sending that into SQL Server because that was where the issue was. It was in my own code. Let's see. There we go. That wasn't that terrible, was it? Except maybe I should have, I don't know, done that ages ago. Figured out where the problem was. Okay, so I need a parameterless constructor still. Great. And I mean, this won't be a problem later on when I switch over to the real EF core and update it and run in .NET 7. Because then I can remove everything that has to do with this. You know, I don't need that. Hold on, I'm going to restart my music real quick. It is really low. Yeah, probably got disconnected or something. I have no idea. Anyways, we have a migration now. Let's see if we can use it. Migration. No. Database. Update. Nope. See, I can't even remember how to apply a migration, for God's sake. And migration, and then run migration. .NET database update. Yeah, I think that only works in yeah. And if I run it from here, it'll try to compile it as a net standard project. Update. .NET EF database update. Let's try it. I mean, worst case, it works. See, didn't build. And just database didn't work either. EF. Let's ask the internet's .NET framework apply migration. Let's ask that. Apply migration, CF core. This is .NET EF. That doesn't work. How about here? Enable migrations, add migration, create the seed, execute the first migration, just update database. That's it. Update database. Yeah, okay, so I need to set the project to this, CStore data EF core, and start up project to the same. There. Will that work? There we go. Done. Okay, now I'm going to document this. Add migration. Bang. 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 Migration name. Can remove verbose here. And then update database with this. And then I'm going to do what you just said. Okay. There. That should have been dead simple, and obviously wasn't. May I look in the database first? CStore dev, tables. We have an EF migration history, but I want to look in the product table, columns, and we have here. Perfect. Finally. That took forever. Added migration. And I will remove this because I don't need that. This was a pain in the behind. Commented in context file what to run to apply, create, and apply migrations. Bang. Has hard-coded local DB connection string stocks change when on net core. There. Bang. Done. Finally. All right, let's add the logic that we need and want. First of all, I'm going to go into the repositories here, because I don't want to run everything in loop over. And let's head into interfaces, CStore data, sorry, and product repository. There we go. Get latest, get related, get task, enumerable, product, get for Pricefile. And just cancellation ID there. Okay, now we're going to have an error, which is exactly what I want. Bang. Under get, I want to do public async and p.include in Pricefile. Okay, like so. Return await product as no tracking to list async. Awesome. Exactly what I need. And here I should use the cancellation token though. There. See? Adding logic. Okay. Let's do it the way you should. Updating product repository to only return products that should be in a price file when that function is called. Bang. Solution. Let's go down to the facade, which should be in facades. Category checkout, first page, page redirect search. Is that not in here? Let's look at the API endpoint. Pricefile controller. Get pricefile from pricefile facade. Yeah. Go to implementation. I don't want to get all. I want to do get for pricefile. Bang, there. We're looking. I think this is a bad variable name, right? Feels like something Duca came up with. Main category ID. What do you mean toxic? I'm just being honest. Plus, I mean, I like you. But now that I'm reading it again, I need to fix it. Let's do this. Let's switch over a tiny little bit here, and I'm going to do a thing. Roles, no. Video producer, no. Rewards, no. Channel points, I think. There, manage rewards and challenges. Default rewards, highlight, yada yada. No, use, here we go. Custom. Duca a variable. Add Duca to a variable name of your choosing in the currently open code file. Not applicable in data model files. There. How much should this cost? Oh, it got accepted. Congratulations. Good job, man. So now you can't be pissed off about that anymore. Feel accomplished instead. What should this cost? 1337. Problem is, I think Duca has too many points. How about 5,000? Do you have 5,000 points, Duca? Needs to enter text. Cooldown and limits. 60. What type the EN is, you do not want to know. It may or may not be a string. Alright, I'm going to be a nice guy. I'm going to set it to 1500, but there's a limit of once every 60 minutes. And 2 and 1. So you can only do it once per limit. It is a string. It is. It's actually a string varchar max, I think, but it should be limited in length, but it's not. Alright, let's create that. And now you can Duca anything you want. No. Snobble, no. Please tell me you didn't. I mean, this is just a string. That is the way to do it. All right, so we have that side. Now we're going to make Snobble happy. Because now we're going to open the admin folder, go into products, see what this is. Be happy. You can see WebForms. The next issue is, where the heck do I put this? Let me run the page. Let me head to products instead with an S. Oh no, heck no, this is still in the old thingamajig. And you can see it's not pretty either. All right, so here is the page. Should I put it down here perhaps? This is being moved over into its separate project. And then we're upgrading the front end over to NetCore. And then we're going to recreate the entire admin, probably using Blazor. But for now, we're still on framework in the main project, which is why I'm moving everything over to NetStandard. And that is great, because I'm going to hold a session about how to do this. I'm going to make it sound like I am actually done with it, but I will not be. So, yay, I guess. All right, but I think I decided on below product type here, so let's find that. Not related. Content, here we go. Here's product type. So we're going to add a div, class, form group. And I'm going to borrow a checkbox, which would be in here. One Lion, thank you for the raid. Xcoding, hey, how are ya? So right now we are doing a thing, and if you can see what the thing is, I will give you nothing. I won't even give you a cookie. ID check included in Pricefile. Label for that. Inkludera i Pricefile. C-store, yeah. Lots and lots and lots of C-store. Yeah, awesome, One Lion. Well, when you can, just jump in again. I was planning on doing multiple things today, but based on how badly this is going, this might be it. But we'll see. We'll see. First, I'm going to update this and see what it looks like. So that looks horrible. Like, really horrible. Let's see. Let's add a col MD6 to this. See what that looks like. Still looks fairly horrible. But I think I can live with horrible, because I mean, this is also horrible. And maybe I should add something here though. It's not called Copilot X though. X is just, you know, next version beta stuff. It's actually called GitHub Copilot Chat. And I got yelled at for calling it something else. Yelled at, but yeah, you get the point. There we go. All right, let's add this in here. You know, when you get to 1172 lines, you are actually fairly happy about having regions. Let's see, we're just going to do prot.include. Oh wait, this is the old one. Oh, poop smoothie. Nice word, right? All right, I hope I can still update this. Update model from database. Refresh. Tables, DPO. Yeah, let's refresh everything. How badly will it mess this up? Because I have a bunch of connections here that I do not want to have removed. All right, so that added the field. Can we have a region versus non-region war in chat? Regions in somewhat moderately sized files? No. Go away. Partials? Maybe can be acceptable. In large files, always okay. So in large files, you can either do regions or partial classes. Include in Pricefile. Check, include. There. All right, so that is for saving. Now I want to load as well. Delete. Copies. I need to add this as well. Include in Pricefile. And I know it's a dumb. If I could just use records. Which I will be able to at some point. Update from database. I'm putting this all over the place, but this is, again, this is just more or less temporary code for now. Famous last words and everything. Let's run this. Run a manual test, see if it works. If it works, we are happy. Move over to products, and we are also going to do something that's fairly slow. We're going to grab this URL. Am I caching this? I am not entirely sure, by the way. Close admin, I want to go to API. I want to go to Pricefile controller. This is not being cached. So that is fine. So now we want to do something like here, API / Pricefile, format equals Google merchant. It's going to take a second. Yeah. Ads all over the place. So I'm going to grab the top item in this file once it's generated, which takes a little while because there is a ton of products here. Plus my database is slow. While that's running, I'm going to see if I can update something. Plus I crashed the entire site while this is running, so no, I didn't. So okay, so including Pricefile is checked. Let's save this. If you design your code to look good in certain tab sizes, you are designing something wrong. All right, it updates, which means it persists the data. Would this have been simpler? Now this is going to generate a CSV file. Oh, hold on. Yeah, a CSV file here as well. How long a time does this take? This is still in here? No? Let's pause this. I want to see where it is. Break mode. Call stack. I have nothing on this thread. I have too many threads. If I look up. Let's do this for now. I'm going to go in. I'm going to copy that URL. And stop the application. put a tiny little breakpoint in here. Run it. There we go. So we hit something. Google Merchant. Let's get all the data. Is that what's taking forever? It is. And that is probably because my thingy is slow AF. What if I put a breakpoint here? Alright, so we're going through it. And of course this is slow with all of these lookups, but you can actually see the time it takes for every product, and I have 4,523 products here. But what I can do, I know I have 4,523. If I remove a couple of products from the price file, from inside of admin, I can't even remember how many I had. 4,543, I think. It ended with a 3, so I'll just remove a couple. And I don't know, that one. Okay, so now it should be 1. Bang. Load everything. 4,521. All right, perfect. Let's see, how much did I miss here? There you go. Well, I've seen that problem in multiple code bases, and it's not your fault. So it seems like an impossible wish. I had one coworker that was always tab first, not always tab to first non-WS character and then use spaces. Wait, what? So a combination of spaces and tabs. It was said that was the way. Yeah, I don't really care that much either. It's just, I can adapt to whatever. Yeah, your subconscious translates the code into an expression tree. Do you remember the C obfuscation contest? C obfuscation contest. IOCC. C. Let's try IOCCC nuclear warning. Can I find that? No. This is a great page though. Contacting people, winning entries. Here we go. Let's jump down a little bit. Let's look at prog.c from Lynn. This does a thing. This does something. Nuke. Warning. I don't know. There are some really cool files in here if you want to look around. Like this actually does something. All right, so this is actually done. Let's see here. Admin and price file. Admin done. I mean, I fixed the price file in the last commit, right? Yeah, I think I did. What's in price file facade? What did I do here? Yeah, I modified get all to get for price file. There we go. Admin updating of include in price file. Modified price file facade to use new repository function. International something something. Let's see here. Wrong window all the time. IOCCC. It's the International Obfuscated C Code Contest. And it's hilarious. It's like they give you a challenge to make something unreadable. And sometimes they make ASCII art with it. Well, I don't know if I'd call the IOCCC active, but yeah. Alright, so this is done. Do you want to do something else? Let's jump over to Twitch live notifications. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay, this is Azure Functions. And they are basically impossible to test at the moment. So I am going to add a HTTP file to this and write the calls. But I am actually unsure if I should do that on stream right now. What do you think? Should I keep streaming me writing his testing code? I can create the file and start out, but let's see here. Add new solution folder, tests. Yes. And we are going to add new item, text file, function calls.http. I haven't even created the file yet, but sure. Created the function calls.http file. Commit. Let's do a save first. Save all. Save all. That's my default. Oh crap, I missed doing that. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can remember the syntax here. First, we're going to get this, which is our endpoints. So let's add a variable. This value. Let's call it, is it at? Or just base URL equals that, but no, it's like an at or something first. There we go. And get base URL. I think I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to have that be a part here. Now, right now, I kind of want all of the URLs in this file here. So let's actually, let me close this project because now I'm getting confused. There. Let's do yay and yay for now. So we have /API. Now we want to clear subscriptions. And that is supposed to be a post. So, and then I want a get for get online channels. No, get subscriptions actually exists. Great. I think I need this in between, right? Or don't I? Yeah, they need to end with a comment row like that. Let's see. Get base URL / get online channels. So get subscriptions. So we want a post for base URL. As I said, this can be boring. Yeah, base URL is a variable I created up here, and then you use it like that. See, I'm just going to do this from the top. So we have clear, get online channels, get subscriptions. Next one would be register. Now I'm going to go through and add all of the arguments and everything to in just a bit. So we have post, base URL, / resolve channel ID. We have a post, resolve user ID. And we have a base URL. This one is not a valid thing because I uppercase that thing. / subscription callback. In uppercase B. There. Let me just click a get on this. Why is it complaining? There we go. Why couldn't I have that? Now I can. All right, let's put a play on this. See what happens. Yeah, got a bad request. Awesome, it did a thing. All right, let's look at the what. Let's order these now. We have clear subscriptions. I think we should get before we clear, right? Let's grab that thing and put that up there. We have get, we have clear. Register should probably be here. Like so. Get online channels, resolve, and subscription callback. There. Just Duca? No, wait. So you want base URL to be base Duca URL or base URL Duca? What do you want the name to be? Please include what it's used for, but give me a name for the variable as well, Duca. With endpoints, commit, Duca URL, sure. Not sure if you can, no, can't rename things like that, but Duca URL, there. So I need to go through here. Could probably have done, replace all, but like so. Duke of URL. Awesome. Ducaified base URL. Because Duca. There. This is going to be in a GitHub commit history, just so you know. All right, let's take a look and see what these actually take as inputs, right? So in the Twitch live notification, we should have API functions, and let's start off with event functions. No, event sub functions. Here we go. So we have a couple more, but those are events that are called from the callback. Hey, Code Rush. Welcome, my friends. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful and awesome day. What were you doing? More voice stuff? And how did it go? So right here, we are trying to add a HTTP file to be able to call into Azure Functions fairly simply. Hey, Theld of Allen, thank you for the follow.
Now following.
Thank you very much. It is always appreciated. I hope you know that. Let's see, get subscriptions. Actually, it does nothing. It's the result here. So if I put a breakpoint right here, this should get like everything. So I click play. I want to end up there. Perfect. So I don't have any subscriptions registered, which is fine. so there's nothing to get. But if we take a look at register though, hey, Bandolero.
Blazor is now following.
Bandolero, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Great day, more voice stuff. Getting close to being able to open files by voice. Still needs work and exploration to see if we can make this a useful feature for customers. If you're building it, you are going to make it. I have full confidence in your abilities, Murky. You're awesome at this. Really awesome. Way better than me. So what's the current problem? Did you get, class 1 to actually listen to the token? Or was it the whole re-registering thing, some waiting a bit thing? Let's see, what do we have here? Request body is being... Why isn't it... Alright, so we are reading the request body and then we are deserializing that into a subscription config, a list of subscription config actually. Let's go to the definition of this. Wasn't there a test file that I could use? There might have been. I'm going to take a quick look on disk here. Local settings, function calls, that is that file. Now, let me take a look on GitHub then. GitHub.com. Let's head into my thingy. Tindle TV. Up. I'm going to find this repository, which is a tiny little bit down. There we go. Open initiative 1. Yeah, but I kind of want to click that repository though. All repositories. There we go. Up there. Twitch live notifications, and then we're going to head into Simon's, I think. PowerShell modules, configuration, deploy, setup, client secrets, parameters. Okay, so there is a test file under config. Should be here. Yeah, there we go. Let's open this. That is way big, but that's not an issue because I can always remove a bit from there. Register. Let's see, let's start out with adding that. I'm going to remove like everything but 2 here. Let's go up there. Twitch name, Thindle. Yes, that makes sense, right? And Discord, I have no idea. And let's do Dukesoft, right? Yeah, take care, Murky. Thanks for stopping by. Current issue is false positives. You're welcome. I put it when my eyes check some Studio. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Studio is live, right? Opening the wrong file, that needs work. Well, as long as it opens something, right? That means it's matched on something. Better late than never. Well, welcome, my friend. And Thobit, thank you for the follow.
Thobit1 is now following.
So, who streams here? Let's do Napalm Codes. Do you have a Twitter? I think you do. And I'm going to have to look into the HTTP file spec real quick because you can set the accept encoding. Exploring new feature. Yeah, content type, for example, right there. Let's do that, like so. Yeah, Twitter, I know. Super Wars. All right, let's grab that. And I'll deal with, Discord name and stuff later. Plus, this isn't going to do anything yet because there are no keys for anything in here. And one thing I'm doing here is I'm going to add more things, like maybe Mastodon, maybe Threads, maybe some other things. Yeah, I'm also going to add YouTube. So maybe, possibly, perhaps we can have YouTube alerts as well. Because right now the entire live team is very Twitch centered, and that's not the best. Would be awesome if we could, make it multi-platform. RSS feed. You're almost right, though. This is going to return JSON when you ask for it, for everyone that is currently online in the stream team. And then we can use that on our website to display, well, who's online right now. So no, there's no RSS feed as such, but the feature is going to be fairly close to it. Oh yeah, we have that information in the team. So I mean, I just want to get data here, and the reason for the Twitch name, Twitter name, actually the reason for the Twitter name and Discord name is to include it in the alert, in the notification that goes out. But on the website, we actually have feeds as well. For now, I'm going to put a breakpoint in here, just to make sure that it deserializes correctly. And let's click. See if we end up in the right place. It's taken a while. It's taken a long while. Not found, 404. Yeah, because it's not plural. It's singular. There we go. Go. All right, next configs to, and they are most definitely deserialized. All right. Twitch name, Twitter name, and then we have a bunch more. Awesome. So now we have that. We still don't have any, connections to Twitch or Twitter or anything, so it's not going to do anything really. See, it's trying to contact Helix here, and it's going to fail horribly. It found no users on one request, and successful is false. There. And that's fine. I'm trying to, add the testing stuff. Right, function calls. Clear subscriptions. And that is all of a sudden plural because that makes sense, right? Function, clear subscriptions. HTTP data. Do we actually use the request data anywhere? Or is this just a post? Yeah, we don't really. So I should just be able to call this right off. Bang, it's in there. And we get an exception on object not referenced or object reference not set to an instance down in subscriptions, and that's fine because we don't really have any. Great, run. Get online channels. What does that take? And where is that? It's up here. It's a little bit confusing, but I will be reorganizing this in a little bit. So this is going to get everything, is it? Are we using request data for anything? Yeah, we're just using it to create the response, which means I should just be able to call this as is. And we've returned an empty array. Perfect. Next, resolve channel ID. What does this do? It will deserialize into a list of strings, which means it should just be, for example, content type, bang, resolve channel ID, bang, and then we have Lindall, Nippon codes. There we go. That's 2. Then we want to resolve user ID, which I don't know why it's doing this way. I don't know what the difference is, but that is a problem for later. Right, so we're doing the same thing. We're deserializing to a list of strings. So I will just do the same thing here. And I'll figure out the difference at a later date. Then we have subscription callback, and this one's going to be a little bit more complicated because this is what this is the function that is called by Twitch when something happens, as in someone goes online or whatever. So up here we have headers, first of all, with message ID, type, notification. Everything's going to be a notification, I think. That will also have to look in here in the event subservice handle, which takes the headers and request bodies. So first of all, how do I set headers? Content type, post. Is that just this? That would mean that I could, I'm just going to try this. What's message type? That is this string. Let's just add that down here. Colon. We're going to call this a notification. We're not going to do anything else here. There. And I'm going to put a breakpoint up here just to see if I'm getting the data that we want. And click. And up here, F10, notification. Perfect. So that's how I send a, what's a face? That's how I send a header. And I'm guessing, yeah, we're creating a response and response body, and that comes from callback challenge. I have no idea. We can take a look in here. Go to implementation. We have message type. And that can be a couple of different things here. Notification, revocation, webhook callback verification, and a default, which we don't really know. So let's see. Let's take a look at this message type first. Hey, that is that one. Hold on. What was the other things then? All right, so this is just if it is a notification. Notification from Twitch. So I'm going to add a couple here. I'm going to head back into handle. Go to implementation. I am going to attach this. And then we have a couple more. There. From Twitch. Like so. I'm just going to add that first. And then I'm going to grab this. I'm actually going to copy the whole thing next time. Let's grab that. Put that there. And now we're going to change this to revocation. Bang and bang. Now I think I can call in everywhere, right? Let's try this real quick. We're going to head in here. Bang, bang, and bang, and bang. If request list, I have no idea what that is. Let us run a request again. Jump in here, I'm gonna call notification. Internal server error, well, that's something. And another one, and another one. All right, so we have a problem. Let's click here. And we're gonna run this again. Let's do the absolute simplest one, I think, which should be this one. Message type, revocation, and yeah, we don't have a message ID. Could be the reason. Good implementation. We've got to add this to all of them. Zero, I guess. 0 and 0. Not sure if this is making any kind of sense. Let's run. See if we get an error or not. Yeah, I don't think we ended up quite as far in as we wanted, so we're going to rerun this. So we're getting the message type, we're getting the message ID, we are in a notification. Request list has nothing and a 0, all right. Then we're just going to return an OK. Yeah, not quite what I wanted, but it doesn't crash, right? Timeout, go. Not timeout, 200 OK. Okay, so that's something. Let's call this 12 instead. That should jump all the way in. Bad request, all right. Put a breakpoint. This is, in fact, thingamajig. I mean, it should jump out and not go in here. Let's try it again. Go. Running, go. Why? Put a breakpoint in here. Try again. Duplicate event. Oh, it's because we've already called it with that. All right. Can I add like some kind of code here to randomize? .hp file random value. See, Visual Studio. System dynamic variables available. Random int. All right, let's try that. Dang. It's not defined. Okay. What is message ID? Yeah, it's just random int. Not quite what I was after, but sure. Yeah, timestamp. No. I mean, there is GoId, there's random int, but that shouldn't be warning if it was working. And it is. Doesn't need to be in that, right? Nope. Request variable support. official docs here. All right. Use file editor. Is there anything good in here? Wait, what's this? Generate request? All right, let's see if we can find the endpoints explorer. Hey, we have a thing. And it doesn't do anything. All right, I will have to take a look at that in the famous later. So we have a variable. We can use a variable. Dev tunnels, hot reload. Syntax, port, options. REST client extension. Yeah, it doesn't have system variables. All right, so that is a small issue, but that means I can only run this once per. I can only run this once per debug session. What I could do, though, is I could go in here, add a if debug and if, and it should be if not debug. If debug, else. There. Not sure if it's ugly or good, but it's something, right? Get values that can be null. Message ID, I can move that down to here. Don't need that unless I'm debugging. Sorry, unless I'm running. Yeah, I do. I need it down here. What the heck? I was talking about not catching that anymore. Anyways, let's do this. Adding debug flag to be able to rerun HTTP calls to subscription callback with same message ID and updating all endpoint definitions in HTTP file to be executable. There. I'm going to push this. And since this is going to be... Wait. Yeah, never mind. I'm going to push it to Twitch live notification. Since this is going to be used outside, it's going to be done as a pull request to a different repository. I'm actually going to undo this. Base URL. And I am terribly sorry, Dukem. But you got to be in there for a bit, at least, right? Gonna clean this up a tiny bit. Do I need that? Don't think I do, no. So, like so. Maybe add a comment to this. Get a list of all registered subscriptions. Register a new subscription, may be a single a collection of new subscriptions. Bang. Remove all subscriptions from the system. Get a list of currently online streams. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to do that for now. Sorry to ask for repeat. I had to drop. What are we working on? We are working on doing test calls into Simon W's code for Twitch tracking, more or less. Currently, it can maintain a list of who's online right now, but I'm going to add the ability to keep track of when people have streamed as well. So we're going to add persistent data to it. And we are going to add a feature to sync to a stream team. So in this case, we'll be adding live coders, and we'll have a timer that calls into to sync against the live coders and keep that up to date. And then on the website, we will have a page with a list of currently online streamers and a list of previous streams and like stats on them. Yeah, absolutely. It's on GitHub. I'll show you in a sec. Undukifying base URL and commenting some of the endpoints. Commit, push, push. There we go. It's up. Now we're going to find it somewhere in here. Let's close this because I don't need that. Let's see, I have too many tabs up, but sure. Here we go. Here's the public repo. And that also has a link to the base repo, of course. And I mean, I'll be pushing up all of the code to there as I go. What is this one commit? Okay, I need to push this as well to him, I guess. I will do that at a later date. So right now we have testability. I need to document what these do, which means I need to figure out what they do first. And then I'm going to do a pull request, and then I'm going to start adding the features that I need. Yes, I'm wrapping things up. Let's find someone to raid, shall we? So my face, full screen. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Scott. We have to stop at some point, and I try to keep my streams at about 2 hours and change. Otherwise, my brain gets fried. So who is online? We have the usual team. Seto or Jern? What do you think? Or Proton? We could raid Proton. He is developing a Commodore 64 game called Escape Room, which, unless I remember entirely wrong, he actually does ray tracing in a C64 application. He is insane. He also does tons of music and such.